Under oath, Fox News propagandist Sean Hannity admits he doesn't believe Donald Trump's fraud claims about 2020. And yet, he widely promoted them and hosted guests uncritically who also promoted those very same sorts of claims. A very interesting article from the New York Times. In testimony, Hannity and other Fox employees said they doubted Trump's fraud claims. Wednesday, lawyers for Dominion Voting Systems shared some of the strongest evidence yet that some Fox employees knew what they broadcast about the claims was false. The article is by Jeremy Peters. We will link to it in the description to the YouTube video. November 30th of 2020, Sean Hannity hosted Sidney Powell on his show. As she had in many other interviews, Fox and elsewhere, she spun wild conspiracy theories about what she said was corruption all across the country in countless districts in a plot to steal re-election from the president, Donald Trump. At the center of the plot were machines from Dominion Voting Systems, which Powell claimed ran an algorithm, sometimes they called it a logarithm, that switched votes from Trump to Biden. Hannity interrupted her with a gentle question that had been circulating among election deniers, despite a lack of supporting proof. Why were Democrats silencing whistleblowers who could prove the fraud? Did Hannity believe any of this? Quote, I did not believe it for 1 second. Now, if you watched Hannity's TV show, you wouldn't have heard him say that. Hannity gave that answer under oath in a deposition in Dominion's $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox News, according to info disclosed yesterday. Hannity's disclosure, along with others that emerged about what Fox News executives and hosts really believed, became one of the loudest megaphones for lies, as their network became one of the loudest megaphones for lies about the election. This is the strongest evidence yet that Fox employees knew what they were broadcasting was false. This is not a shock. This is not a shock. Hannity is an amoral propagandist profiteer. No doubt about it. But he is not so stupid that he believed this nonsense. And in fact, the totality of the text messages that we now know Sean Hannity sent to people like Mark Meadows and others, and this deposition under oath, tells us they were knowingly spreading misinformation. It doesn't make it any better. Okay, if you thought Hannity was that stupid, he's not that stupid. But it tells us he knew he was spreading lies. It's almost an even worse case for them. They weren't just gullible idiots. They were knowingly spreading lies and disinformation. And of course, we know that when push comes to shove, they go for it's not news, it's entertainment. Tucker Carlson, Fox News lawyer, said, Tucker Carlson is an entertainer, it's not news. The things he says are laced with hyperbole and exaggeration and titillating language. They're not to be believed literally. But in reality, it's not even really entertainment because it's not entertaining. It's sort of BS and lies. It's a BS factory that they pump out, not just for profit. Yes, profit is part of it, but it's also to maintain access to people in power. Hannity, we now know, had a relationship with Trump to the extent that Trump has friends. And for Trump, a friend means someone who's useful to me until they turn against me. Okay, fine. But that's the definition. Hannity would hang out with Trump. He would be on with Trump's plane and all this different stuff. It was to maintain access as much as it was for profitability. Now, in a well-functioning, educated democracy where people are educated in media literacy, etc., people like Hannity wouldn't have careers, not because they're kicked off of the air. I'm not suggesting anyone kick them off the air, but I'm saying no one would watch it if we had an educated, informed democracy. Now, ultimately, I really don't care if they claim now to have privately doubted the things Trump was spreading. They publicly supported it, and they are part of why there was a public willing to go and do what they did on January 6th. Will there be any consequences for this? Probably not. Tomorrow, Friday, is the day. 1-day membership special, last discount of the year, last opportunity to participate in the membership special for the year. Your first month payment is going to be donated and doubled. We are working with a charity who I will name tomorrow because they told us it's a problem for them if we name them in advance. We're entering into a marketing agreement and it can be a problem for them as a 501c3. But many of you I know which charity it is. One of the most effective ways to actually help people around the world is to give them cash. something like 98% of donated funds get to people when you just send them cash and let them figure out what they need. So tomorrow, if you're on my mailing list, you're going to get an email and it's going to tell you how to sign up at a discount. Your first month's payment, we're going to donate, and then we're going to double it up to the first $15,000. Really great opportunity to both get a membership, help us by getting access to the bonus show.
Oh, the bonus show where you want to make money, but everybody else that makes money to fund themselves is bad.
And we are helping other people. So get on my mailing list at davidpakman.com. Tomorrow morning, maybe late morning, maybe early afternoon, you'll get an email telling you how to avail yourself of this fantastic special.